another topic. I've found a song on YouTube. It's called "I Lost My Lunch in My Pants."
Yes.
It is a vocal version of Bulb's. This sentence is false.
Yeah.
Is it right?
Yep.
And is it you singing?
Yes.
You sing pretty.
I sing pretty when I sing pretty when I have auto tune and I'm singing joke vocals. I don't actually have a good voice.
Okay.
But when you're doing joke vocals, then like people focus on the funny things instead of listening to what you actually sound like.
Yeah, but it's great. It's great.
It's like saying you got a face for the radio, you know? Like that's basically what my voice is like. But yeah, it's a joke song.
And is it just you singing or
yeah,
okay?
It is. It was written it was written by me and Alex Boyes. Like
okay,
we
yeah.
wrote the lyrics together, and he actually sang the first draft of it entirely himself.
Okay.
Like after we like figured out what we were gonna do, but then I ended up re-recording it all myself because he had to leave because it was just like we were just writing down the ideas together, and I think he wanted to sing it, and then like it's like well it didn't sound good and he had to leave, so I had to do it myself, which I was kind of pissed off about. But I did it anyways. And the only thing that was left in of his version was the very last line, the "Is it on eBay?"
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's actually him. 50-50 split. There we go.
Okay.
It's his line and the rest is mine.
I first heard it like 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, either it's real or it's just one big joke.
It is a big joke.
Of
it
a guy.
A big joke.
Of another guy who just said, okay, I just say it's Periphery.
No, it was definitely a really stupid idea that we had on.
Okay.
Like, we wrote all the lyrics on a walk to the supermarket one day. Because we were getting food.
But it's great. I like it very much.
Oh, thanks, man. It's a stupid song.
Wanted to know how it's about you with downloading and sharing music and or
It is
films.
what it is. Yeah, we were born in this industry as it is, and it's ever changing, and I don't know what it's gonna look like. I don't know what's gonna happen, but something's gonna come of it. You know, monetizing music is more difficult than ever these days, but you know, we started doing this for the love of the music, not to like become millionaires, or else we wouldn't be playing this style of music, or I wouldn't even be a musician. I would be like anybody else in the music industry, like someone who works for a musician, like, you know, a sound guy, or someone who makes money. Like anybody who is not a musician in the band will make more money. So, like, if I cared about money, I would do that. If I cared about money, I would go home and be a producer full-time. So, now I don't. Maybe someday I will. And if I, you know, become a producer full-time someday, you'll know that's because I cared more about money than I did about,
than your own art. Okay.
Yeah.
Just because Spencer's here now. Do you think Periphery would...
Spencer is the singer of the band.
Do you think the band would have worked out as an instrumental band, or?
Do I think it would work as an instrumental band?
Yeah, you could come here and answer.
But I think
maybe you can.
I think it absolutely would work.
Yeah.
But the thing that you lose having an instrumental band, you lose the accessibility to, you know, to all these other fans who are used to hearing stuff with vocals on it, and that's the reason why a lot of people who aren't musicians listen to the music is because of the vocals or the singing or whatever, you know.
And so they can sing along, and they
exactly. And, you know, you go to shows and you can sing along to the lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, for bands like Animals as Leaders, it works great. It would work for Periphery too. The music stands alone on its own just fine. But I think you know, having that extra little push in the vocal area we can break through that glass ceiling, you know.
Okay.
That's a completely different answer from what I would have given too. I would say I mean it would stand on its own. I just think it would be boring. Like
really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's boring to me without vocals. I always write my music with vocals in mind. I've gotten better at writing with vocals in mind because now we have a singer who writes parts, you know, but like you know, even though like it might seem a little bit crowded on the older stuff, there's more space on the new stuff because we've been writing with Spencer in mind. But it always seemed incomplete to me. It always was like it's good, but it needs, because if it didn't have vocals, then I would have to write a whole bunch of lead lines that would be doing that part. But it would have been one or the other. So if we didn't have a vocalist, then there would be lead lines over like all the parts where there are
like
vocals.
Like a guitar who emulates voice.
The guitar would be doing that same job.
Okay.
So and it would probably be, you know, with similar arrangements, like you have chorus, so the guitar would be playing similar parts of the chorus and all that. But why do that with guitar when you can have a vocalist do it and have many more dimensions of sound than a guitar can? You've already got 3 guitars going, you know. So that's kind of the motivation behind that. But yeah, it would work.
Okay.
It would work. It would just be less than ideal.
How do you think has Gent influenced the sound and songwriting and maybe the appearance of the metal scene in general?
I mean, it's just a fad. It's just
what do you mean?
It's just a fad. It's just what people are into now. Like, people were into metalcore, and then they were into deathcore, and now they're into this. It's gonna disappear. It's I don't even know what it is really, because I hear bands every day get referred to as gent that I'm like, wow, really, you consider them a gent band? I think what it is this. It started as like, you know, what I knew as being like just a palm mute, right? That was started by Meshuggah, but now it's like this just big umbrella term for any sort of progressive band. And also any band that will just kind of do like off-time chugs as well. You know, that's like on the watered down side of things. But then you also get bands like Scale the Summit gets called a gent band. I'm like, man,
really? Like
80% of their stuff's on a clean channel, you know, and it's all like beautiful and pretty and like, you know, but they get called, and you know, in that way, I think it's cool because it groups really cool bands together, which I think is awesome. You know. We're surrounded by a lot of bands that I respect, but at the same time, I don't think people know what gent is either. You know, there's this very
such a general term.
It is such a general term, and a lot of bands have been almost grandfathered in to this thing. Like, so therefore, is Meshuggah gent? Is Sixth gent? Is Textures gent? I mean, even us, we were like making music way before, and a lot of these songs were written way before. Gent era became a term or cool thing to like. So now are we grandfathered into that as well because of that? Because my approach was always like, hey, I like progressive bands because progressive bands can do whatever the hell they want. We're going to be a progressive band, and then we can do whatever the hell we want. You know, like that's our approach to music. So if you call us gent, that's fine. I mean, I would never self-apply the term, but at the same time, it's just so vague. I don't know what to make of it.
Okay. What is your favorite curse word?
Favorite curse word?
Yeah.
Gosh darn it.
What does it mean exactly? Or when do you use it?
No, not really. I mean, I don't know. I swear so much that like it's just lost all impact. I feel like I need to revert back to non-offensive things, like calling someone a jerk. You jerk! Like, because then they'll know that I'm angry. Because if I say you asshole, like, it doesn't really sound like I'm pissed off.
Yeah, it sounds completely normal. You know? When you say it.
Exactly. I have to like learn some British insults or something because they've got some pretty good ones.
They sound pretty nice.
It'll sound more angry maybe if I do that. But I'm sure everyone can relate to this. They say fucking shit and asshole and all that shit so much that it just loses all impact. Use fucking as a way to like bridge 2 thoughts in your head, you know? So like it really doesn't have any impact anymore. So gosh darn it, if I just yelled that at the top of my lungs,
that's good.
That could work. You know I'm angry.
You could do it today. When you play live, just do it.
Oh gosh darn, no. Yeah. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, that would just sound terrible. Suggestions, you know, help me out.
We'll see about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all from my side so far. So thank you very much for taking your time with this.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, we wish you a nice tour with Dream Theater.
Thanks, man.
And a good gig tonight.
Thank you very much.